Hey YouTube, Brian, LCS. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this review of Amazing Spider-Man number 61. Now, it's been a little bit of a time. I took a little bit of break from doing reviews, but wanted to jump in and highlight this book since it is a new creative team that is taking over the title. We have Joe Kelly writing and Ed McGuinness on art. They are taking over from the team of Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. Been a little bit of discussion about, ASM and this storyline. I'm not sure how long Joe Kelly's going to stay on the book. There's this outline, this story arc, the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man that you can see on the top of the book. And that, I'm not sure if Joe Kelly's going to stay on beyond that, or they really haven't, Marvel hasn't been clear on that, but wanted to highlight this. It is, it's not a bad story. I do like Joe Kelly's writing. He has done writing on Spider-Man titles before, Deadpool, Spider-Man and Deadpool. I believe he was the writer on Non-Stop Spider-Man. So he's familiar with the character, and I think he does a pretty good job of capturing Peter Parker, Spider-Man, with the jokes and the quips. And there's this great first page of art from Ed McGuinness. We see somebody falling and all this kind of debris. We've got a phone, we've got a camera with the reflection of Spider-Man in there and some money. So assuming this is all Peter Parker stuff because we see Aunt May on the envelope, and obviously he's a photographer and his camera, and there's his phone that actually says Peter. So a pretty good opening shot. And then we kind of jump in and some great artwork. The thing with Ed McGuinness's work is that it is clean. It's kind of a modern look. Colors are, bright and they pop. So definitely a different style over John Romita Jr. I'm not saying good or bad, but it's just there definitely is a noticeable difference in the art. And so I'm not going to go into page by page, panel by panel. But what was interesting to me thinking about this book was we can see here that we have Peter with Randy Robinson, his best friend, roommate. We see Peter with his new girlfriend that he's been dating for a little while now. We see Aunt May. So what I found interesting is kind of almost foreshadowing of some of the characters that we're going to see through Joe Kelly's story. We didn't see Mary Jane or Paul or Jackpot. So interesting to see what happens here. And then we kind of jump right in with Dr. Doom. And so I guess and I didn't read Blood Hunt, but from the events of Blood Hunt, and I actually mentioned it here down below, that Dr. Doom tricked Doctor Strange in becoming the Sorcerer Supreme. And so Doom has come to Spider-Man now to task him with and we find out through the issue some of the backstory. Something that Doctor Strange was doing to help protect Earth, that they need a champion to help defend Earth. And Doctor Doom basically said, I'm too busy to do this. It's not worthy of my time, but I'm going to pick somebody. And he ended up picking Spider-Man Peter Parker because of his great power. With great power comes great responsibility, and Peter always doing for others and kind of putting himself secondary, his Peter Parker secondary. And so Doom actually explains that he needs a champion that's really going to kind of put others ahead of himself. And so that's why. So the one thing I felt that was a little rushed, they do give you some backstory on this, the champion and the deal that Doctor Strange had. And what was interesting, and this is a new suit for Spider-Man, Arcane Armor suit, I think it's being called. So like I said, I don't want to give you all the details just in case if you do want to read it. I did feel like the story was a little rushed from getting into this kind of heavy story of Peter being the champion of Earth, and having to kind of go through the set of tasks basically. So Doom just kind of appears and says, I picked you. We don't even know why, other than the fact that, like I said, he thinks Spider-Man is worthy of the challenge. So that's what we got. Just wanted to kind of touch base on it real quick. Overall, I used to do a webhead review system. 5 webheads was great, or the best top book. 1 webhead was not really bad. So we're going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go 3 webheads for this issue. Thought it was a solid start. Like I said, I do like Kelly's writing. I do like McGinnis's artwork. I felt like the storyline was a little rushed. The fact that it's kind of such a big event and going to impact Spider-Man Peter Parker, and we kind of got Doom shows up and says, "Hey, you're my guy. Go off and complete this major task, this major event." So, that's kind of what I felt. So, if you read it, certainly would love to hear your comments. And I don't think so we just got the small little preview here for issue 62. So yeah, that's what I got for you. Wanted to kind of touch base on this. I know there's been a lot of reviews, a lot of people talking about this. Obviously, Amazing Spider-Man being one of the top sellers for Marvel, and obviously one of their big time characters. Wanted to kind of just touch base and let, as a big Spider-Man fan, let people know what I thought of this book. So that's what I got for you. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought, and we'll see you soon.